This is the Strong Back USA show on the Real Republican News Network. And remember this, everyone, the realrepublicannews.com website has a menu button on it. You can click that menu button and there's a petition on there. Select petition, read it. There's a little video that I made explaining kind of what the petition is. Basically, the petition is to get your right to free speech back. It's to have big tech regulated companies run by people like Zuckerberg, Bezos, and Dorsey, Jack Dorsey. Just to be clear, I'm after the three of them. They've got monopolistic companies that should not exist as per our Constitution. We're going to have them regulated and cut down to size. I'm insistent upon it. I'm not stopping, like I said, until we get there. The other thing it's going to do is hopefully provide 75 million or more Americans with some clarity on this mess of a presidential election we were all just dragged through. It was an embarrassment to our country, and we're still really unsure as to what happened because I'll tell you this, after what I've seen since the 6th, there is no way that guy is fit to be president. Now, I'll still address him as President Biden because I'm a U.S. citizen. He's the president of the United States, making him my president, unfortunately. Now, I'm not going to stoop to the low that I saw stoop to 4 years ago. Not my president. All that whining and crap. No, that's not us. That's not what we do. We are going to do something about it, though. Unlike the other side. We're going to insist upon change, hence the petition. So, I ask that you do your duty as an American. It's your patriotic duty if you want to keep your freedom and free speech to go get your neighbors to sign this petition, to go get your friends, to spread the word, to get every single person you know on board. Because if we don't restore free speech, all right, and election integrity in this country and have these monopolies regulated, we are all going to be dictated and ruled over by them. Understand this. The media and big tech were the two biggest influencers in this election. They fed a narrative to the masses and fooled them into thinking that they were voting for something good. They weren't. They were thinking they were voting for someone that was going to help with the pandemic. He said he was going to, that he had this brilliant plan. He enters office, no plan. Plan, poof, disappeared. Where'd it go, Joe? Then he said he was going to help fix the economy and heal America and bring us together and give us all this big hug. And then I heard this nonsense on the fake news that watching him at the Washington Monument was like a father coming home and giving his children hugs. Like, give me a break. What a bunch of nonsense that is. Who comes up with this stuff? You guys are terrible. I mean, CNN especially, you guys are the worst. I've never seen such poor performance on TV in my entire life. Except for one time, but that's a different story. Anyway, the fact of the matter is the guy enters office under the pretenses that he's going to fix America, unite America, give us jobs back, do all these wonderful things. And day one, he signs 17 executive orders. This is one of the most bothersome things to me when he says I'm from the government, I'm here to help. I think Ronald Reagan said that's the scariest thing you could ever hear from a politician as a citizen. Well, anyway, he said that multiple times. I'm here to help. Okay, yeah. No, you're not. You're here to take our jobs. You're here to give them to China. You've already demonstrated that day one in office, you signed an executive order, 2 of them, which eliminated 1, construction on the border wall. Okay, I think that killed off 10,500 jobs instantly. 10,500 men and women had to go home to their families and say, sorry guys, I don't have a job anymore. I don't know how we're going to keep the house. Then you did it to the XL Keystone Pipeline. That was another 10 or 11,000 jobs. Men and women who had to go home to their families and say, sorry guys, we might not be able to pay the bills next month. Then what some people are realizing is that the elimination of progress on those 2 projects has now created no demand for the 30,000 other jobs that would have been created because of the construction on those 2 projects. So we're at a staggering 50,000 jobs day one, but also in halting progress on the border wall, he's essentially given permission to that group of 10,000 Hondurans you may have heard about to just waltz right into the country, okay? That's going to take another 20,000 jobs away from you and I, American citizens, because they're going to get jobs. Because employers will be able to pay them less. They'll be able to pay them under the table because they're undocumented, all that nonsense, right? That's going to take jobs away from the American taxpayer. the honest American, the hardworking American, the American that belongs here. And they've got this spokesperson that says, oh, we just want to come to America to live the good life because this new president is going to give us 100 days or some crap like that to get there. I don't know what he was talking about, but he's basically the spokesperson for this caravan. And I've got news for you. I don't know who that guy is. I don't know what his history is. What I do know is that he doesn't have a job here. He doesn't have a health care plan here. He does not have a house here. None of them do. And we're going to have to find a place to put them, like in houses, and give them jobs and give them health care. And here we have the entire purpose of this new regime. Create a system where everybody's dependent upon them. When that happens, you can control people. It's very convenient. It's very well thought out. It's also very sinister. I see what's happening. This country is being weakened from within. See those markers that they're putting all over the floor? Stand 6 feet apart. Masks on faces. The masks on faces, you know what it does? Really, you know what it really does? I think the purpose behind it is to prevent you from empathizing and getting closer to a stranger. It's harder to communicate with people. Number one, you have a hard time hearing people because they have a mask on their face, and so do you. Number two, it's really hard to tell if someone's having a good day or a bad day. Humans say, hey, how you doing? How's things going? You know, like we can't tell if someone's smiling or frowning, creating more distance between people because it might be a little less tempting to go up to a masked person and say, hey, how's your day going? Because we don't know if they're smiling or frowning, if they're angry or they're sad. Dividing people physically with the markers on the floor, dividing people emotionally with the masks. Okay? Then we instill fear among the population. Now, I'm not denying that the China virus doesn't exist. I know it does. I know people die from it. However, I think there's a lot more things that kill a lot more people that if you knew the real facts behind them and the real numbers, we would be talking about that a lot more. Let's say breast cancer. I think the last time I checked, there are about 40,000 deaths per year. But that's every year, and it keeps happening, and there's no vaccine being developed for breast cancer. My mother has it, in fact. Okay? So if we do the math and we're logical people and we think things through, we'll see very quickly that breast cancer in the next few years is going to kill far more people than the China virus will. Okay? Why aren't we working on that? Why aren't we talking about texting and driving? That kills a lot of people. What about drugs? Drugs kill far more people. All right? No one's complaining about that. No one's freaking out and shutting down the entire country because people are dying from fentanyl overdoses. I'm telling you right now, if you don't start reading between the lines and you just take what you're given as fact, you're going to be in big trouble because they're turning you into a robot. That's what robots do. They take input and they eat it, and they do nothing with it but follow the instructions given. That's what people are starting to do. No, you need to hear what's going on. You need to think about it. You need to turn on Fox. You need to turn on although I hate to give them ratings, it's important to see the lie being presented to the other side. And it's also important to see some of the lie being presented to this side, our side that we say, because they're all liars, all right? No one can get their story straight, it seems, anymore. There's a few good ones out there, just like there's a few good politicians out there, but they're few and far between, so you need to be extremely careful what you take as fact, and you really need to use your brain, your God-given ability to decipher information. Just use your heads, all right? Start looking around. Look at Nancy Pelosi. This is an easy one. This is so simple. Nancy Pelosi, oh, we need unity in this country. We need to bring people together. And the things that happened at the Capitol were because of people's whiteness. So she might have been drunk. It might have been senility. Either way, it was said. And we all know that saying what happened at the Capitol was because of people's whiteness. We all know that that's a racist remark. And everybody knows that racism creates division, and that division is the opposite of unity. Here's another breaking news story for you. We don't need frickin' unity in this country. We need to get back to a point where we can agree to disagree. Imagine that. Being like adults about things and saying, you know what? I respect your point of view. It's not my point of view, but I still respect that you believe that. Okay? We can still get along. That's not the way things are. That's not the way they want things. They want us fighting. They want division. That's why they're espousing that there's all these racially oriented problems, that this country is systemically racist. Well, let's just think about that lie for a second. If this country is systemically racist, then how the hell did Barack Obama get elected to presidency? All right? How did that happen in a systemically racist country? The guy's not white. Kamala, whatever she wants to call herself, she's not white. I don't know exactly what she is because I believe she's changed her story. I hear that she's Indian, she's black, I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, systemically racist countries don't elect into power people like that. Oh, but then it's systemically racist, but then there's no possibility of this election being fraudulent. So you kind of can't have it both ways now, can you? The country's either systemically racist, therefore we would elect a white male president, right? Because that's what we are. We're evil white men, big bad white man, all right? But we end up with this old feeble man and Kamala Harris, who we really know is the daddy in the relationship there, all right? She's wearing the pants. Let's not mince words here, okay? It's the radical left that's in control. It's the Squad. It's the Ilhan Omar. It's the AOC. It's Bernie Sanders in his weird-ass mittens and coat and the creepy way that he sits. It's those people that are running the show. It's not Joe. It's not Slow Joe. This guy can't even answer a softball question from a reporter, let alone write up 17. Come on. Oh, by the way, you know how he always says, come on, man. Come on, man. What are you, a junkie? Come on, if you ain't white or if you ain't black, I don't even know what he said. He said something along the lines of, if you're not black, you didn't vote for me, or something completely racist. Like, everybody forgot about that one too. Where are you, America? Like, where is your memory? How do you not correlate the fact that these people say these things on one hand and take action on this side, and they're completely contradictory. It's just non-congruent. It doesn't add up. None of it does. Just like all the statistical anomalies in this last election. Those don't add up. They don't add up statistically, mathematically, historically. We've got dead people voting. We've got more people in the state of Wisconsin voting than actually live there. We've got cases of ballots with no down ballot voting. Just Joe Biden checked off. We don't have signature verification. The Constitution is in tatters, okay? Those 20,000 brilliant people that are marching towards this country, I'll tell you how smart they are right now. They're coming to a country that's turning into the country that they're running from. Let that sink in for a minute. This country is run by the Constitution. The Constitution is what makes America, okay? The Constitution is the safeguard and protection and what enables you to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. Those are the three God-given, inalienable rights that we have as human beings here in America under the Constitution, okay, founded by men of God that took God's word and applied it to government, okay, and how things should be ran. This Constitution is in my pocket all the time. This is what keeps us alive, powerful, free, safe, sovereign, all of the above. But above all else, again, it protects life, liberty, and happiness, and they're tearing the thing to shreds. They've already trampled on our First Amendment right, the right to free speech. They've done it openly, in our faces. They're silencing the opposition. It's clear as day. It's a united front that they're forming. We're under attack, okay? Opposing thought is under attack. Think about how scary that is. They are literally trying to eliminate opposing voice. They're trying to take me out. They're trying to take you out. Okay? They've done it to me on Facebook. I'm wiped off the platform. I have to sneak back on, which I enjoy doing because it pisses them off and it makes them work harder. I think they actually have finally assigned a human to try to follow me and keep me off of Facebook. Not going to work. I am going to outwit you and outsmart you every frickin' time. I promise you that. And I will be there bothering you and irritating you and making you shut me off until the day comes to pass where we achieve our goal and we see you guys cut down to size and regulated by Congress. And you guys are Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jack Dorsey. Your day is coming, believe me. I've got my money on Zuckerberg being the first one to break down and cry hysterically when he finds out that his power is gone, okay? Because that's what they're really after. They're clearly not after money. They all already have more money than they'll ever spend in a lifetime, okay? Let's just be clear on that. There's absolutely no necessity for money, okay? None. What they're after is power. More and more power. These people are power-hungry lunatics. Power-hungry lunatics don't just take one of your rights away. They take them all until there's nothing left to take. Until you're completely under their thumb and control forever and ever. You think I'm going to sit by silently and let that happen? Nope. Not a shot. No way. I know you won't either. Which is why, again, it's time to get up. Get your neighbors to sign that petition. But again, remember, you heard it here. I've got my money on Zuck crying when they hand down his sentence and say, you know what, dude? You can't take civil liberties away from Americans. You can't do that to people. It's not right. It's illegal. Hopefully they throw his ass in jail. That's what I'd really love to see, is the application of law evenly to everyone, no matter who you are. Okay? Back to the power-hungry lunatic thing, all right? America forgot again another very important thing. A very, very important thing. This whole Epstein thing. This guy, Jeffrey Epstein, was probably the most prolific, evil, sadistic, sick sack of heaping you-know-what on the face of this earth. He's a pedophile, murdering POS. All right? And he got off so freaking easy. He is either murdered, okay, and dead, and he's just dead, and then rotting in hell, all right? Or they hid him away somewhere and they faked the whole thing. But either way, they faked something, because I've been in a jail cell before. You can't kill yourself like that in a jail cell. The fall's not far enough. It's really quite impossible. And it's also impossible to do it while you're on suicide watch, because if you're on suicide watch, there's there's just no way it happened. Another thing that doesn't make sense. But it kind of does if you think about it, because look who was associated with Jeffrey Epstein. All the power-hungry lunatics. And what did Jeffrey Epstein enable them to do? To grab the ultimate form of power. And you know what that is to them? Dominion over a person. In this case, and very sadly, it was children. Okay? These people took children, humans, kids. They kidnapped them. They sexually abused them. I'm sure they killed them. And we forgot all about it. Just like that, it went away. The guy mysteriously kills himself, sight unseen, case unheard. Just poof, gone. Gone. Just like President Biden's plan to fix COVID and help us. Just like everything else, just gone. Just disappears when it's convenient. How is every investigative journalist in the entire country not getting to the bottom of why the hell the Clinton family was always with Jeffrey Epstein? Why the Obamas were always with Jeffrey Epstein? Why all these sick sons of bees were always with this guy? All these powerful people. Well, I'll tell you why. It's because he enabled them to carry out their ultimate form of pleasure, and that is completely depriving a human being of any type of control over themselves. That is the sickest, most disgusting thing I've ever heard. But one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen is the fact that it was just let go. I'm not going to stop talking about it. I think we ought to know the names of all those kids. I think we ought to know where they came from, who their families were, what they were like before they were stolen and trafficked. I mean, what the hell? This is where America's at. This is how powerful big tech and social media are. They can get people to forget about stuff like that quickly, because then they just come up with another fake story. I know that I'm painting a target on my back by doing this, all right? I understand that. But what I'm fighting for is this country and what's right and morality. I want people, our founding fathers had a very good idea. They said, give people the chance to govern themselves because people are inherently good. They know right from wrong. Most people do. The vast majority of people out there know right from wrong. You know where we're corrupted? We're being corrupted by those who say they care for us, by those who are supposed to serve us, our political leaders. They are absolutely screwing up the human race in America. Oh, back to the come on, man thing that Joe Biden always says. All right, we deviated from that topic a little bit. You're going to have to stop saying that. They're not going to let you say that anymore. You're going to have to say, come on, human. That's what you're going to have to say. They've already done it with the bathroom thing, right? You can go in like any bathroom you want and there's a million different like depictions of what humans look like on the signs and some. All that they've really done, and that was like a huge argument and it took a ton of taxpayer dollars to achieve. All that did was confuse the hell out of me as to which bathroom I'm supposed to use now. I used to be crystal clear on this one. Use the men's bathroom. Now, I have no freaking idea which one to use because it says something weird on the door. Half the time, I don't even know it's a bathroom. These are the things that the left gets accomplished. What else have they done? Destroy Portland? Attack the DNC? Incite violence, maybe? Go figure that one. They loved Antifa until Antifa attacked the Democratic headquarters. Apparently they weren't after justice. I could have told you that months and months. I could have told you that when they started. Antifa is just as bad as any organization that was involved in what happened at the Capitol. They're all just criminals, plain and simple. Just like these political leaders that get away with frickin' murder and child molestation, and it's all just swept under the rug. Swept under the rug. And then your attention's diverted by the media. But I've got to tell you, if you're one of those people who are like, oh yeah, what did happen to those? You're at fault too. You need to start waking up and believing me when I tell you that it's very important that you read between the lines and decide for yourself and don't just take things at face value. Anyway, this is the Strong Back USA show, and that's what we're here for. We're here to have strong backs because I'm not too worried about the consequences of what I say. Shut me down, restrict my likes, you know what, it doesn't matter. It's not going to change what I do. This is America. Brave men fight for America. Brave men are going to have to fight for America again, all right? No, I'm not talking about violence because you'll take that and use that as an excuse to nix this video from whatever platform it may appear on. You'll probably just use the excuse that I'm a Republican, a real one anyway, real Republican, right? We're going to take that name back too, by the way, real Republican, all right? We're going to show the world what it means to be Republican. And guess what? Here's a teaser. God, family, country. Republicans. Hardworking. The middle class. We carry the weight of the nation on our strong backs. All right? That's the teaser. Anyway, until next time, until more lies are unraveled, I'm your host, Jason Mariner, on the Strong Back USA show. And quite frankly, I don't care what the consequences are to what I say because none of it's illegal, none of it's untrue, none of it's unfactual. Just a lot of people don't like hearing the truth. And I don't care. So, until next time, I say God bless you, God bless your families. Be well. Read the Constitution, please. And please, circulate and sign that petition and let's get this job done and recover our republic. Be well, everyone.